Hi! There's a bird. Sorry. Oh, light, come back. Adjust. Okay, hi, it's Editing Grace. I was a mess in this video and did not film an intro or an outro. And I'm definitely a little awkward because I was on a porch thing at like this resort and felt really weird, even though there was like no one around, so like that's weird, get over it. So this is my intro. I'm just doing like a really simple makeup look because I hadn't put on makeup more than like twice this whole trip. So I have already washed my face and I put on a little bit of an Image Vitamin C serum, and then I just did a sunscreen moisturizer on top by Sungoop. Now I'm going to hop in, and I usually don't use foundation, I use BB cream. So I got the NYX Total Control, which I think is a oil control foundation, which is nice because I'm in the humid climate, and since, get this, I don't set my foundations usually. Sometimes I'll set under my eyes, and I recently found out that they are cruelty-free, which I really like. Ooh, it looks a little dark, but when I matched it I had more of a spray tan because I'm on vacation now, but I was going on vacation, so I thought I'd be a little darker maybe. This is actually really natural coverage. I bet you could build this up to a very full coverage foundation. I'm going to use an old Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline. I don't always have to set it, which I like. I can just skip powder and put it on. And then my nose gets really red really easily, so I always like put on a bunch of concealer there. First off, I'm going to do my brows because I don't feel like a person. And whenever I travel, I try and travel with very little product as I can. So I'm going to use the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. What I do is I just carve out the bottom in a pretty pigmented line. And then I blend it upwards because I don't want the blend or any sort of brow ombre to be happening from here over. So I do that. And then I just notice in photos that I take, especially with flash or that are way too much lighting or not enough lighting, I notice that like right here, right where the arch is and right where the meaningful part of the brow, the face shaping part of the brow is, I notice that that tends to disappear in photography. So I just use the Sexpresso shade and I put it right in there just to define that part of the brow. And then I mix the two, the cashmere and the Sexpresso together, and then I do the tails. Okay, and then after carving out my brows, I'm going wow, why did I do that? As far as carving out my brows go, I feel like everybody has Becky with the good hair and then like their normal brow. So it's just like, so this is my expression brow. So this brow is like naturally more pointed than this one. So what I do is I go in with this one and then I shade the bottom to be more straight, and then with this one I shape the bottom to be more expressed. I do pretty fluffy brows, and I feel like most people carve them out and use concealer and use their foundation or whatever to carve them out. And I just don't think it's necessary for the look that I go for on an everyday basis. Sometimes I carve them out. That's a different process though. So now I'm going to go for a little bit of contouring. I haven't contoured very much since I've been here because I'm on vacation. So I just use this small-ish brush. It's just like a small angled brush. I don't know, like I just use that part to carve out my nose. Like a little one, just like a little, nothing big, nothing that really does very much. If I take any pictures with flash or if I'm in any harsh lighting, then it doesn't look like my nose disappears. So. And then just since I'm trying to look a little bit more bronze, I am putting contour on my temples. It's so easy to explain makeup that I do on myself, but it's so different when explaining it while I'm doing it on myself to explain what you should do if you have a different face shape than how I would do it on someone else. So just take my advice is whatever. And then if you decide to do it, just realize if you have a different face shape than me, then you would probably do something else. And then for just a natural eyeshadow look, I'm not going to do very much more than I would like a daytime everyday look that I would do in Colorado. So I'm just going to go in a little bit of the Beauty shade mixed with the Cashmere Body shade just for like a transition shade. Okay, so I just buffed that all over both of my eyelids. So I'm going to go in with Risque. And then dust it off a little bit and then blend that out. Just because, like I said, I like the more cool tone shades to give it more of that sculpted look than that bronzy look. So, and then as far as blending out like the outer part of the eyes, I like to blend it inwards. I want to make sure that I'm keeping the dark pigment in where I want it. And not having it blow out any farther than I want it to, since this is a more natural, subtle look. If it was a more dramatic look, then blow it out as far as you want, but that's just how I do this kind of look. Okay, and then I'm going to take what's on the brush, like what's left on the brush, and I'm going to take it in from the outer corner. And then just for a tiny bit, I'm going to take Espresso and pack it on, and then I'm just going to barely put it on the outer part of my eye, so then when I blink it's a little bit darker than the top part where any transition shade would be. So I'm not going to go above the crease with the darkest shade. I'm not going to go into the crease with the darkest shade. Okay, found it. I'm going to take my NYX NYX loose pigment in Ultra Pearl. I love this shade. I use it as a highlighter. I use it in everything. It is the perfect shimmery champagne light shade for me. And then I don't like to highlight a whole lot of my eyelid just because I have a lot of lid space. Well, I don't have a lot of lid space, but I have like more lid space than this look requires. So I just put it on there and then quickly dust it across the top and then a little bit across the bottom, so all parts of the eye are accounted for. Brow bone, I like to highlight the most, or at least the most pigmented out of everything. This pigment on me doesn't need a spray with any fixing spray or anything. It just is the perfect amount of vibrant or bright on me. The light is going down. I'm sorry. I'm just going to, I clean my brushes during my makeup routine, so I only have to bring like 4 on vacation with me. But then I'm going to use the same brush I used for contour as highlight. And then I do a little bit up here. Alright, so now that we're all highlighted, that's pretty much it, except I am going to use the green to pink version of the Frog Prince. Love this line of lipsticks just because when I put it on, it's different than when my mom puts it on, or when my friend puts it on, or when any of you put it on. So that's what I like about it. So I'm gonna go put on mascara and then I will be right back.
I don't think anyone is ready for the amount of struggle I had trying to get a good handheld view for this finished look.
The finished look with that view. But yeah, it's just really simple, a little bit more.
Pretty bad.
But yeah, it's really simple. It's a little bit more amped up for that nighttime, but also still tropical vibe, pretty glowy. The highlight is really nice. Or loose pigment that I use as highlight so much. So yeah.
So that was the outro that I could get. I'm moving a lot. Not like this angle better. So that was this look and that look and every look you will see on my face pretty much on any regular day basis. I hope you enjoyed my double chin view. Everyone has one at some angle and I just happened to choose that angle for this video. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm hiding. Thanks for watching this. If you made it to the end, I mean, you're probably someone I know and you're a really good friend. But yeah, other than that, hope you enjoyed this. I actually had a lot of fun filming it, and I had a lot of fun editing it, even though it was a mess, and until next time I decide to upload.